son?
It's pretty good. It is a strawberry kiwi.
Yeah, I'm slightly
kiwi.
Done spun the kiwi.
Strawberry kiwi. That sounds kind of sexual. A little bit.
Budweisers don't sound as crisp as the Busch Lattes.
They probably were like...
Those are Hunter's, by the way. You left him here.
Who?
Hunter. He drinks Budweisers.
His fault.
Great. Hunter, thanks for the beer.
Yeah. That's very kind of you.
I don't mind beer. Or beer. Jesus Christ.
Well, I have Coronas, but they're not... I haven't put them in the fridge yet.
The what ones?
Coronas. Echoes down here.
Wood chairs, baby.
Yeah.
It's like school all over again.
If you could see that one, it was like rumbled and shot out like that.
I'm gonna get a text from my mother
that one sounded
about
like
that
it hurt.
She told me we need to quit farting.
Who?
My mom.
She watching again? Shout us out, Mom.
It was like, hey, at least you're watching.
Hey, show her all those comments.
I did.
Somebody went through and time stamped every one of the farts.
I did see that.
It might have been an 8-year-old, but we don't know.
Fucking,
I don't care.
thank you.
It's 8-year-old.
Yeah. That was fucking hilarious.
I can't believe
Invite your friends to watch too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more timestamps.
Dude, the most viewed videos on YouTube are fucking children's music videos.
Yeah, or the unboxing videos.
Yeah.
You seen that shit?
Children's music videos, like what? Like Kids Bop or what?
Well, just like the shark, stupid song.
Baby Shark.
It has like the most
I see what you're
views.
saying.
Or Telly
Kids
Tubber.
songs.
Like overall most.
Yeah, dude, fucking. Oh my God, Rome, my son, he's 4. He watch it. He'll come home and be like, I want to watch Ryan, or I want to watch Adley, which is like the other. It's like Ryan, but
The
they're
unboxing shit.
no, not unboxing. They're like playing.
Oh.
They like go places and go to like aquarium or go to like Disneyland, or some of them they're playing with toys and shit. And I'm just like, and then like there was a Ryan's World. Those fucking people. I mean, it's everybody knows it, but they make obnoxious amount of money because they have like 50 million subscribers or something like that. And then they don't own, they have Ryan's World, and then they have another channel which is like their family channel. And they probably have like 2 other channels, and they all have like millions of subscribers. I'm like reeling in the fucking cash.
Yeah,
They're doing it right.
Kaylin's son watches just YouTube. I mean, just nonstop.
All that shit.
But he watches like car, like the guy that I don't know the guy's name. He's got a big brown dually, jacked up fucking mega truck. Mm-hmm. He just watches truck shit like that. Yeah, he don't really watch like kid shit.
Well,
that's all right.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Street racing, drag racing.
Those are good videos to watch. Now, you need to be careful because there is some horrible fucking things on YouTube. Like she quick
monitors it or whatever.
I was gonna say real quick on like YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. I mean, dude.
Oh no, I've been seeing some lately.
So bad.
Like, as I click on, it, I'm like, when the?
It's like a cartoon, and then they'll be like pulling people's face off and like blood and all kinds of shit. It'll be like a normal cartoon thing every kid would want to see.
I just see random titties
all the time. Well, that too. I mean, there's
like some girl like breastfeeding a kid. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah. Well, they're targeting children.
What was that thing that was going around a while ago with that creepy ass doll face?
That's real. That kind of shit is real. I've seen it from my own 2 eyes, and it's not. I mean, I've heard other parents talk about it. I've seen it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's just like it'll have like it'll be like Peppa Pig, and then it'll be like a normal Peppa Pig, and then this like creepy dog face thing or doll face thing would come on and like try to convince the kid to like kill their parents, or it'll be like
what the fuck?
Yeah, and then there's like things where I've seen, that one I did not see, but we've seen some very scary. I mean, evil shit. And me and my wife for the longest time, like there'll be ones where there's like GTA video. It's GTA, and they're like dressed up as Spider-Man and shit, and they're like kicking people off of top of buildings and like jumping off top of buildings and then like falling and shit. Like that's a algorithm thing, and it's horrible. And then me and my wife talked about it, like, who the fuck? This is gonna get very boomer here in just 1 second, but I don't see any other reason. I'm like, who the fuck makes these things? And the only thing I can think of is it's targeted to
Nazis.
I think it's either Chinese or Russian channels who make it to target United States kids to fuck them up in the head. Because I mean, it will fuck a kid up in the head, and a lot of kids watch them, and the parents don't know because they're sitting in corners and they go hide, and then you're like, "What are you watching?" And they're like, "So, I mean, you." No matter what, it goes in a kid's algorithm. It's really wild, and that's if you're on YouTube. So if you're watching, you have kids, take them off YouTube immediately. YouTube Kids is much better. Like, get them YouTube Kids or Disney or something like that. Like, you can say, "Oh, I trust the kid" and stuff like that, or "I monitor it," dude. It takes one fucking time. It is bad.
Here's a good one for you. So I was talking to my dad last night while I was working, and he was telling me he keeps up with more stuff going on in the world. And I cannot remember the guy's name, but people were like giving him a standing ovation and shit. I don't know. I know it's really bad, but I don't know where it was. I don't remember the guy's name, but they ended up tracing this guy's history. He's 98 years old. He was a SS officer in Nazi Germany.
No shit.
And people were like cheering him on and like his thought process and stuff like that. The guy was a fucking Nazi.
He was on YouTube, or
no? It was like a political deal.
Oh. Have you ever heard of Operation Paperclip before?
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's a real thing. Like, a lot of the major Nazi scientists in World War II, they captured, when the United States took them over, they captured them and brought them to us. And for the longest time, the leader of NASA was an ex-SS Nazi.
Yeah, we were stealing
person.
because they wanted all the shit. Yeah.
Well,
they were testing like all the medicine, like all of our advances today are because of.
That's where methamphetamine came from. It's from Nazis.
Because they were giving it to the
Hitler
fucking.
was on that.
Oh yeah,
You ever see the video of him like tweaking at the Olympics?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they were that Dr. Death like tested on like 2,000 sets of twins, and they found a lot of medical advances by.
Yeah.
And we stole all that information because we didn't want fucking China to get it.
Well, that and they were so far ahead of us technologically that, like, for instance, the tanks, we had Shermans and they had fucking Tigers and Panzers and shit, and we couldn't do anything. We couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so far ahead of us.
But we fucked them up though.
Doing fucking sun guns and all kinds of crazy shit.
Ray guns.
Yeah. Mystery boxes that give you random guns.
Zombies.
COD's the first zombies. I got a ray gun! Fucking little kids and shit.
Yeah, I didn't know shit.
Teddy bear!
Yep.
Everybody fucking
we
goes
weren't that
off
young,
on the person that pulls the teddy bear, and they had no fucking.
I think I was like 15 or 16 when we were playing that. Because I know.
Really?
Because I was probably maybe 14. Because we beat the first campaign, like me and like 3 buddies, and then you unlock the zombies.
Yeah.
After you beat that first.
I was like 13. Telling everybody to drop their balls, and my balls haven't even dropped yet. Drop your balls, fucking squeaker!
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was a squeaker.
Your ass!
Dude,
I was fucking slapping kids and that shit. Though.
I mute kids anymore.
Quick scoping.
Oh yeah.
Quick scoping everybody. Oh my god, dude, I was such a fucking nerd. Still am a little bit, but I don't play games like that anymore. I refuse to.
I haven't in a long time.
Sometimes I'll break out the sticks and put on some work on somebody. I'm like, you don't want this fucking smoke, motherfucker.
I'm an OG.
I feel like one of those people. It's
so
like,
much different.
you hear like somebody like talking like, yeah, I used to be like pretty good, and you're like, yeah, sure you were, and then I'll be like saying that, and people are like, and I'll be like, yeah, I was pretty fucking good at it.
Anymore, it's like how many followers you got.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That shows how good you are.
Yeah, 0.
Now I play Warzone still, but
I haven't played in a hot minute.
It depends who, like when I play with Hunter. So, but it's all about like, it's pretty much how good you are. That's who they put you in matches with.
Right. Yeah.
And then when I play with Hunter, me and him, I get like 14 kills in Warzone, and we win. But when I play with Blake and my other buddy Chris, I just get fucking waxed,
annihilated. Yeah.
Streamers and fucking whoever else.
I was getting to that point.
Damn shot off.
I play during the winter when I don't have anything to do, and I get to the point where I get just good enough to where I'm with those guys. There's no fucking way. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Just get annihilated. I just camp until the last circle anyways.
Cody's really good about landing and like playing in the water at the very end and killing motherfuckers underwater, and he's won I don't know how many times just by stabbing people with a diving knife.
Yeah, in the water.
In the water. He'll just come up behind him, whack!
Yeah. I turned it off before Warzone came out. So I put up the sticks before that happened. I was and for good reason. I got way too much shit to beat. Like the kids, they'd be like, "Daddy, I need." I'm like, "Yeah." I had to. My priority. I got burned out. I played so much Call of Duty and so much Halo and shit like that when I was in high school. By the time I graduated, I was done. I was burnt out. And then so like we'd be hanging out with all my buddies and stuff, and we'd like they'd all be playing. I'd just be sitting and watching, and I just didn't even want to play. I was over it at that point. Yeah. I was just like my time is gone and past, and I've got like an Xbox, and I played a little. We had fun. Kathy liked to play. My wife, she liked to play. Me and her, like, we'd play like a little bit, like switch on and off, or play split screen when the kids went to sleep when they were like babies, for a little bit.
I bet you did switch on and off.
Yeah, and then yeah, and then so then we stopped playing, and then I played when her little brother moved in with us. He was a teenager, so he played games all the time. So I'd play with him a little bit, and then like Fortnite came out, and I played with him a little bit, and on that, and that was like a big wake up call. Him and his buddy. Oh my god, so good at that game. It
Fortnite?
was it was wild watching them.
Well,
play.
Fortnite's a little different because so many people quit playing it.
Yeah, this was like back in
now they just have so many AIs
2020.
In it. There's a lot of just generated players.
Yeah, this was like 2019, 2020, but it's
but
similar.
Now Call of Duty has that AI
concept.
That, like if you get reported, like they listen into you. You only listen in if you get reported or whatever. But like, yeah, I got a fucking verbal warning for I don't know whatever I said, something stupid.
Man, I'd be canceled immediately if I had my shit recorded back in the... Oh my god.
Well, I don't think they record it, but like certain words trigger things. Just like if you Google,
I'd be charged with a hate crime.
Huh?
Yeah. I'd be charged with a hate crime. Fucking the shit we used to say back in the day. Oh
dude,
my
so
god.
I was kind of.
It was
talking
horrible.
Around. It kind of seems like this is going way off. Not like what.
No, who gives a shit? This is great.
But
nothing to do with cars so far.
This is going back into cars, but
fuck that.
Seems like I think street racing is going to be a dying art in the next couple years.
I see it already. Kind of, the actual street side of stuff is going away.
Part of it is because I drove all the way to Lincoln, Nebraska last weekend for a street race, and 2 cars showed up, and it was crap, pure
shit,
crap. We get to the spot. And I'm driving down the road. They're like drying the road off because like someone like washed a car or something in the parking lot over, and they're drying it. And I'm like, this is like, cause they're drying it right there. I'm like, why are they drying it there? We can't race on this. There's a fucking camper parked on the side of the road. And sure as fuck, that was the road they wanted to race on. There was a camper 300 feet past the finish line in the left lane. And I'm like, we can't.
No, yeah.
I'm not going 130. I mean, mind you, I'm not going 130, but someone might be going 130.
Or faster.
If
there was really fast guy showed up.
Well, then I was like, well, fuck. Maybe I should have just stayed and probably just make a couple test passes in the right lane. But
grudge race somebody. Be like,
the road looked pretty bumpy. Like it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then we went to this like one of their main spots because I've been up there before and raced and it went great. And I don't really know who this guy was. Never heard of him. I don't know. I think he's involved.
How did you hear about the race?
Through the Kansas City guys.
Oh.
Someone hit Kenny up, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes away. I mean, go up there." And I did ask the guy how many cars were coming, and he never got with me about how many. And so, and we were gonna go to this other spot because a guy from up here was already down there for the ice cream cruise. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'll maybe just run him or whatever. And we get over there, and apparently there was a cop sitting there. So drove down there, ate Chick-fil-A, and drove back. And that's not why I say that it's a dying art. That was just fucked up.
Right. I think there still is a bunch of good, like, well-managed street racing going on, but I don't think it's as prevalent as it was.
Well, and I think now that, I've heard some guys talk about, like, a guy getting in trouble and then police going on YouTube and finding out, seeing the race.
Yeah.
Yep.
And seeing, that's that guy's car, and then the guy getting prosecuted.
Oh, they're not retarded either.
No. So I think,
smart.
as of right now, all the street racing that gets posted out there is fine, whatever. They don't care.
Yeah.
But until, you don't have evidence. And the next thing you know, you're getting interviewed in front of your car, and it's...
Yeah. Well, and people don't do, like, back... It's kind of funny how that is, back in the day.
Even
when 1320 first started, they blurred out everybody's faces, but now it's like...
Fuck
because no one's
and
really
there's
getting in
so
trouble.
many people are recording, too, so it's like... There's so many angles, so many views.
But you'd have to get him in the car during the race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd have to prove that he was in the car. Because, you could say that's my car, but that wasn't me.
Yeah.
Someone stole my car. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, that race the other weekend, the cops, North Kansas City cops, shut it down, and the guy clipped the cop car or whatever.
Oh, it's here?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, but then the guy in Lincoln was like, they threw spike strips out. I'm like, no, they did not. We left. They towed a guy's car. They didn't. He got it back. It was no big deal. It was no harm, no foul. But it was. I think really it's more the cops' fault than anyone. He was in the fucking middle of the road.
Yeah, there is that sometimes. Cops getting in the way.
But it seems more. It's getting worse. But there's a lot of track stuff, really. I mean, that you can go to.
Yeah.
I know this weekend, Yellow Belly's doing Small Tire Gangsters.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I want to go to one of
Muskegee's
those.
doing
That'd be
a
fun.
race. Muskogee, yeah. God damn, I always fucked that up. Muskogee's got a race this weekend, too. And then...
I want to go to the Small Tire Gangsters event. That'd be fun.
me
Just
too.
I'm cool with
Ozark's coming up, too.
Yep, Ozark's
just to
coming up.
watch.
And then there's a race at Mocan coming up.
You said US 36 already
They're
closed it
closed.
up for the day or for the year, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep.
It's the best time of the year to race.
They always close this early.
Why? Do you know?
I don't know. It's a great question for Mike.
They have like good lights and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because the only thing I was gonna say is like if it closes or if the light, it gets darker quicker or something. But
I know Hunter
This
was
is-
like,
every
let's go
car
to
runs way better.
Let's go down to fucking Oklahoma and enter that race. I said, well, I'm going to Heartland Saturday. I
yeah,
need a test.
Yeah,
smart. It's gonna be hot.
90.
That's the only thing I've been thinking. I'm still planning on going as of right now. I just know, the last time I went the first pass. They ran probably 3 classes, probably, and then it was my turn. I went right after the big tire dragsters, and then I hit what I wanted to do on the first rip. So it was great. It was still fairly cool out. Track was cool, but they ain't going to be like that this time. It's probably going to take me maybe 3-4 hits before I actually get it probably go down, just judging by what I'm trying to do. I might get it on the third or maybe second if I'm lucky, but probably a third. And by that time, it's going to be heat of the day. Track's going to be hot as fuck, so we'll see. But
Yeah, hopefully
I wish it was cooler.
Yeah.
But they canceled their fucking Friday night
we were gonna
test
go
and
Friday.
tune before they even
They've
did
canceled
that.
everyone they did on Friday.
Yeah.
The last couple
Oh,
months.
they did?
Mhm.
Well, no. Okay, yeah, I thought you meant
No,
they've
the
already
last couple
canceled the
months
next.
they've
Yeah, they have.
But I don't know.
I wonder if they're going to
How do you
cancel
know
the
how
last
many?
one.
How many know how? I mean, okay, so I get like if they had one and they only had like 5 cars show up, so you just cancel the rest of them because of
Well,
that, or-
with knowing the track is shutting down, you're going to get a higher turnout because people are wanting to go one last time. So that's a given because there's people like me. I want to go because I want to go one last time before they shut the doors. That's my that, and
I
I
haven't
really
been
would have
forever,
wanted to go
so-
on a test and tune night and not because then I can just go I can make as many fucking
yeah. Now
passes
we got to
as I
worry
want
about
to.
fucking index is going up.
Yeah,
And the drag
wait, and it's in the
junior
heat of the
drag.
day. It's not at night when it's nice and cool out. It's kind of shitty, but yeah, as of right now, I think I plan on going. If not, then I'll go on the ones in October, and then IFOs at the end of the year, and I might try
They
to
have
go.
test and tuner in that.
Yeah, I might try to go to
Yeah,
that.
I've done
I
that.
haven't made it to a single IFO, and my car is like perfect for IFO, obviously. So it's like,
So is my truck.
yeah,
Mint.
yeah, it is very important.
Yeah.
Very important. No, I want to go and I don't know. I haven't made
You
it
gonna take
past-
it? What are
don't-
your plans? What are your plans?
I don't know. I've
Made any yet?
no. I don't know if I'll go out this year with it or not.
Just discouraged or what?
Yeah.
Come on, Jesse.
Just fucking tired of every time I go out there's something wrong with it. Literally every time.
We gotta give it another shot.
Maybe.
Give
We'll
it
see.
another shot. Well, at least this is what you didn't hear this. I think I said on one of the other ones, but I watched. I went out to the Flying H car show and meet and greet.
Yeah.
You weren't there. I told him about it, and I told the podcast obviously, but I looked at the track. That's awesome. It's
Oh, yeah.
super, super, super wide. I like the little hill at the end of the shutdown. That helped definitely. I watched an interview that Scott Higgs did with, I don't know, some jackass, and he said at that event, this is when he recorded it, they said that they were gonna try to finish it or finish pouring the concrete in the next like 60 days from that time, and they're gonna shoot to do in something like a test and tune or something in November, which is pretty late, but they want to. They're trying to get something done at the end of the year, so maybe be cold, but
Yeah.
it'd be cool. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure there'd be like there's
It's only
probably no
like 40
timing
it's
system
only like
up. It's
40
probably
minutes
just like
from
a send you down the track, but that'd be pretty badass.
It's only
Yeah.
40 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's close. I don't know. I just I got all the parts to fix my next oil leak, which is
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What was
there's
that one again?
I put the truck up on the brake in the backyard, and it slung the alternator belt off of it, like split it in half, like the alternator locked up or something. But I spun the alternator; it's fine. It's not the crank, obviously, so I don't know what happened there. It's old belt, I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever. So I got a new belt for it, and then I noticed it started leaking oil out of the pressure line coming off the pump going to the filter.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, it just needs a new line. So I got a new line, new belts. I got spare belts now, and then just shit every time I touch it. Every time I look at it, drive it, whatever, just something happens.
They always need something.
Fucking
Well,
Chevrolet
it's
junk.
not even that. It's not always, it always needs something. It's literally every fucking time I start the truck, there's something wrong with it, seems like. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or whatever. It's just-
Chevrolet heartburn of America.
no.
Today's GM junk. That'd be my dad's favorite line.
No, it's discouraging.
Is
I was like him.
that her dog or?
Yeah, husky.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got a pet donkey up there. That's
Man.
what that is.
what's up with him and Huskies?
What? I've never had one before. Cody has 4
Huskies are
I
cool
thought the
dogs.
old girlfriend. had
Australian Shepherds.
same thing.
No,
No,
I'm joking.
Jesus Christ.
no, they're yeah. He's a husky. He's a good boy.
That's cool.
He's just fucking.
wild.
He gets wound
Wild
up.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He'll get better.
I'm
There's a
gonna,
rhyme and reason.
yeah, I'll fuck with it tomorrow.
Maybe you were gonna wad it up. Maybe you were gonna take it out and we're gonna wad it up so it saved you.
Yeah.
Never know.
You
Yeah.
never
There's a
know.
rhyme and reason.
Yeah. Feel the same way.
Makes you feel better when you get something done or when it does what
Yeah.
it's supposed to do.
I
Wasn't
got
an easy
every-
path.
I got everything to dick with it
Yeah.
today. I got the AN line today, so I'll
Yeah.
put the lines together and fucking drive it around, put it around town
Yeah.
or whatever.
Brett came over and helped me cut out my vent lip on my right rear fender lip there.
Cut the whole fender off, boy.
Basically, yeah.
I saw that.
So I went in. It's a pretty common thing on those cars because they put this like filler, this like foam filler in there, so you can't roll the fender because if you try to roll it flat, it just presses against that foam, and then you basically just have to cut them out. and then you go in with like a panel bond or something and just kind of seal it all up. So I did that today. I went in and like Permatex makes a kind of a steel.
JB Weld.
It's basically JB Weld, but it's Permatex version.
Between the fender.
It's like a steel,
panel
abrasive epoxy. Basically, you just go in there, gum it all up, and it'll be fine. It definitely made a world of fucking clearance, so it'll make a big difference. So we'll see. It's got to help a bunch because it was rubbing all up on there with the 28. So we'll see. I'm still half tempted to just, we'll see how it acts. If it keeps rubbing, then I still am in determination of what I want to do. But if I straight axle it, it'll fit a 28, or I might just run it as a 235 radial car or like 26.85, just because it's probably more competitive for it anyways, really.
Those guys are way fast.
Oh, I know.
Like fucking 235 Ultra Street right now is retarded. 235s are
I know.
fast as fuck too.
Yeah. I know. And I'm not talking about running fucking, I don't know how to explain it, but it'd be fun for me. My own personal journey doesn't really matter, but it's not like I'm going to travel the country running that class. So
it is hard.
Small tire, no preps, hard to be competitive.
Small tire, anything.
Man.
People are fast.
The trickle down in the radial world is ridiculous.
Yeah.
RVW, those guys, they went pro, 275 pro, it got ridiculous. And they went LDR, it got ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
X275 got stupid. Now they're an Ultra, and it's getting even more dumb. It's just, they're not policing the rules like they should.
Yeah, it's hard to.
They almost need.
It's hard. I mean,
they almost need a sanctioning body for rules in that form of racing, almost like NHRA, to police the rules to keep it at a dull roar, in order to fucking keep the guys competitive, because it just blows a class out of the water, and then people like us can't even compete.
Yeah, there's really nothing to. I'm just gonna fucking be on my own own journey. Fuck it.
I'm just to the point where I'm just gonna go out and race.
We'll see.
And that's what.
Yeah, you do it for fun at that point. But it's like, if you do want to be competitive, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts. Like, I wanted to put the truck in LDR. I'd have to go 380s.
Jesus fucking Christ.
To be competitive in that class.
Yeah.
There's just no way. I don't have the money for that.
The only thing I could see your truck what would be fun for you is just chase tailgate classes.
Yeah.
And go run them there, because I think you could be very competitive in those classes. I see the guys who win them, and I think you're every bit.
I agree, because I honestly kind of wish I had. Cause
as long as Jason Cantu doesn't show up or something, I think you can win.
Yeah, there's some fast-ass trucks out there for sure, but, I mean, that or Frank Newfield or whatever, just some fast trucks in Texas, but, I mean, 490s, 480s in a truck class would be really fast.
Yeah, I mean, those F-150s, some of those guys are pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's like no prep shit, though. I think he's going to, on a prep surface, Jesse tear their asshole open on most of those guys there, but I just think that would make it feel competitive. It'd be fun. It'd be I think you'd have every race you go to, you got a chance to bring home the dub, and it's not a super saturated fucking class full of money either.
Right.
And too, but some of the the street rules is what I'm okay with. I like the street rules. Steel quarter, steel roof, and tire size. That's basically it. But, when you go out to do, like, actual races, they don't police rules. They just want car count.
Yeah, that's, at the end of the day, like in the no prep stuff, the car count's the number one thing that they're worried about. And then...
on the street, you don't want as much car count because you can't get the fucking race off.
Right.
But races...
But it's like, if you get the car count at a big race, and then they don't... I have never been to a big, like, no prep race, like War in the Woods or anything like that, and they're not...
like H-Town.
Yeah, and I've never seen people policing cars.
Yeah.
No, and
Not in any videos I've
And like
watched.
I said, I'm not really like small tire, whatever,
They
small tire
always-
class. But like when you look in the true street class and daily class, they don't
Well, it's
police
also-
them at all.
It's also a problem because I've seen other promoters in particular, and I get their perspective too. But they say like we've heard people complaining about us not like policing cars or doing that, and they're like, well, if you have a problem with someone's car, you need to come to us and protest it. But then it's like most people, like myself, and I'm sure you'd be the same way and you the same way. It's like I'm not a fucking snitch. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
not
wanna cause drama.
I'm not the kind of person
You
to
guys
be
are
like,
you guys are
"Hey,
in
hey,
that place.
This guy, like, I'm not like.
Yeah.
It's like so. Then that's how most people are too. Like they're not going to be a bitch and go snitch on somebody.
It'd be
and
one
then
thing
cause
if he had a bigger
problem.
tire than he was supposed to have. You know,
You
but
got to
like,
as a promoter. They're
doesn't
like
have stock shock locations.
Yeah, or stupid shit.
I
What are
really
you gonna
wanna-
do? Kick him out of the fucking race? He's already on to round 2, and he's already
yeah.
put $300
But
buy-in.
The catch-22 to that is if there is somebody there that is
You're
not
right.
meeting the rules. Like, perfect example is when Ryan Mitchell caught the guy running a W
Yeah.
tire at a Fort Worth cash days. That is a perfect example. He's like, that tire is a W. That is
Yeah.
not a...
Yeah.
He's like, measure my tire, and they did, and they measured that guy's tire, and it was clearly different.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is, if you do not say something, that guy's going to keep doing it over and over and
Yeah,
over
you're right.
until something is said.
Yeah. You should. But
So-
if it would be better, if
But you better know
the
with a
promoter
definitive.
almost texts, like have a guy go around and kind of tech everybody into the rule set. Kind of like you said, it's almost
I've
like
seen
an
them like in
NHRA thing,
videos
but-
where they flashlight tires. Like on street race stuff, like they really just care about the tire size.
Right. When there's
But a daily class at a track and true street class, like
when
they
it's just
just.
supposed to be a
it's a-
hard tire or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the yeah.
And I see him at H-Town check tires and stuff.
Like
but
that.
they're not up under the car. Okay, he's mini tubbed and his shocks aren't on factory locations. You can't be in daily. They're not doing that.
No.
They should. It sucks.
Well,
I mean,
you have the
that
rules
guy
that
with
say
that,
no aftermarket
Yeah.
shock locations and all this shit.
that GTR guy, like he was running around. It was supposed to be if you're all-wheel drive, you're
Yeah.
supposed to have a radial front tire. Well, he's running around with it's a
QuickTime
28
Pro, ain't it?
11 and a half QuickTime Pro on the front, and
It's
he's
a
got
biplies
28 10
material.
5s on the back, and it's like and he's just killing everybody because he puts down fucking 3,000 horsepower of the fucking ground or whatever it is. It's like
it was a lot. When
It's
you
a
go
lot.
around Billy and Tommy, you
and
know.
they're not going to say anything because they're not that kind of people, and most of the other people are, but that's where like I feel
but
like
then
if the
it's not
promoter
our job
or,
to say something.
yeah
he ended up
somebody
getting
should
called for a jump finally.
yeah so it's
that race.
so it's like you get what you deserve, but I'm just saying is he
And I
also
get
took
that
out
'cause-
some guys that
yeah.
probably that didn't deserve to be taken out by a car that shouldn't have been able to even compete.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that's your fucking fault. Like, you're coming. If you get kicked out, if this guy shows up with that tire package, and he drives all the way there, and they're there, and somebody walks up, whoever's in charge of checking the cars walks up and say, "Nope."
Yeah.
That's your fucking fault. You saw
Yeah.
the rule set.
Don't cry
You're
about
the
it.
dumbass who freaking walked up here.
Yep.
Like someone needs to be that person, and it's hard. I get it
It's hard.
because they don't
Drama
want to make
sucks.
people upset, and they
want
don't
people
want
to
to
come
step
back
on
to the
toes.
race,
Exactly.
I
And
get
it's
it,
just
you know.
a
Well, shit. When I went to St. Louis, we watched. You know, he was a half inch from crossing. You know, in my GoPro, it looks like he crossed, but he didn't. But then we look back at like he jumped too, and I was still like, I don't want to say anything because it's just I'm just here to have fun and
yeah. You don't want to be that guy.
drama's not fun for me.
No, it's not.
I should have beat him anyway. Is the thing. I should have been out in front of him anyway.
Yeah.
So
Well, like for instance, in HRA this past, I want to say week or two, I saw 2 instances where the tech team was in full force. Tony Stewart,
Yeah.
of North Carolina, got popped in the tech barn for illegal ignition parts on his car.
Really?
He got disqualified from the race and no points awarded from that race.
ignition
fuck.
parts, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, ignition
Well,
parts.
yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah,
I know. I
so-
just counted.
but-
I know,
Contradicted
yeah.
everything I just said.
but for real though, like it's that instance, and then another one that I saw on Facebook, Bruno Massel.
Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
Right.
sure. Bruno Massel, he got fucking popped. he wasn't doing anything wrong, but they just did a random check on his car. He had to pull the head off his car in the pits.
Oh, fuck.
They made him pull the head off to check whatever that was they were looking, and he was pissed because he was like, "Oh, I'm late on my schedule, this and that." It's like, hey, man, you're racing at a professional level. You need to be aware this can happen.
He didn't pull his head off, though. He has guys that...
Oh, yeah, probably.
His pit crew probably pulled the head off.
Yeah, but he was just pissed because it was making him late to his obligations or whatever. It's like, well, I mean, it's not their fault. They're just doing their job.
Yeah.
Like, you want to race at this level, this is a possibility.
Mm.
Well, I mean, it's... And even more, like... It seemed like, you know, at the St. Louis race, it wasn't just my race. It looked... You know, there was like 4 other races that were like...
Questionable.
Cross, jump. And it's like, motherfucker, I can't win. Back in the day where it was arm drop, no fucking finish line guy, there was no tire crack. It was just, yeah, you beat me. Or if it was too close, you re-ran.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just...
Well, it seems like every race I've been to in person, it seems like there's always somebody. If the pass, both guys made a clean pass, there's always somebody, jump! You know, like if I'm rooting for you, and then the next guy, you know, you guys fucking, you lose and the next guy wins, and then the guy next to us or whatever fucking, oh, he jumped. It's like, no, it was a clean race. Just shut the fuck up.
Well, and like I saw, you know, on the street Outlaws, they made them like, hey, if you want to protest, it's $200 and you don't get it back, even if you win.
That's the way it should be.
Because then it's like, you're not getting everyone and their fucking mother going,
oh,
jump, cross. It's like, well, if you really think so, here's $100.
Yeah, put up or shut up, yeah.
And then you give it to security or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you really think you jumped, it's just, yeah.
Anymore.
It's more of a pain in the fucking dick. Well, then shit, I was watching Ryan Martin's shit, and he clearly beat Daddy Dave. Clearly, I mean, he was half a car ahead of him. And Dave's win light went on.
What the fuck?
At a track, fucking NHRA track.
He spit.
And I don't know what they ended up doing about it, but I guess it's happened a few times, and they just whoever gets the win light. But you're talking big dick money.
That's $50 grand.
That's stupid.
And I think he made a big deal about it. And even Dave's like, yeah, I don't know why I won, because you clearly saw Ryan ahead of him. But I mean, what's Dave gonna do? Like, nope.
Well, I mean, if
he's gonna be like, yeah, Ryan beat me. I mean, I think that's what he did, but I don't know if they can. I don't know what they did about it.
Yeah, how do you protest that when you
like
have
a bird
two
went across the finish line?
And then if they give
Ryan.
it to Ryan, then next time it's gonna be like, well, somebody else.
It's just gonna start a trend of, oh, I beat him.
Yeah,
Ryan. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of politics behind it that I don't really care for.
Yeah.
Well, and that type of racing is just I mean, if whoever has the most money, for the most part. I mean, it's still a tuner's game and stuff like that, but a lot of them pay a fucking tuner, pay us, I mean, it's a lot of work, though, to do it all yourself. Except for Damon. He's out there fucking open car trailer, fucking...
Oh, that guy that won the fucking $1 million bracket race?
No, not that guy. I'm not... Oh, that guy, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Open trailer, like a 98 fucking Chevy.
OBS pickup comes and wins $1 million fucking dollars.
Was it $1 million?
Yeah.
It was $1 million race. I think his payout was less. It was not $1 million, but it was.
They had to split the.
It might as well fucking been. It was a lot of money.
But he won it. Yeah.
Yeah, he won.
There's just a little orange. Was there a little green Vega or something?
Yeah, it was a green Vega.
The
How
first
fast
car
was he
ever to
going?
win without a delay box, right? Is it
Yeah,
something like
no
that?
delay box.
Well, not ever, but probably.
No, that was the first one.
Like
of that series, right?
No, like period of yeah.
Well, I was gonna say
series.
once upon
Not
a
just
time.
winning one,
I was gonna say once upon a
beating
time
one
it was
guy.
not a. They didn't have delay boxes, but they probably have since that series
Of them-
ever started.
of any
right?
of the $1 million bracket races.
right,
Yeah,
right,
he was
right.
the first one.
Right.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, and it was great because everybody's like, there's toters and shit rolling in, and here he comes this OBS over
That's
That's my
trailer.
shit right there. I love that
Yeah.
shit. And he's got like a little fucking skateboard. He's, I'm coming. Fucking
Yeah, he's
get to
a
this fucking driver's meeting.
Fucking hero, yeah.
Driver.
When I was talking about Damon, and got off Street Outlaws, he's got the white Firebird,
Oh yeah.
and all he has is a dually and an enclosed trailer. And then the race in Oklahoma, he showed up on an open trailer because he lives there. so-
Close, yeah.
But he won that one, and he had an open trailer and a dually.
That's
No
legit.
toter, no fucking stacker.
Yeah, that's badass.
But I
love
mean,
that
he
shit.
still has a bill at Hemi. but it's not a pro line. It's just some dude that builds motors.
Yeah.
Built him a motor, and I'm sure he's got sponsorship money and stuff like that. But I mean, he's out there. He's just a little guy.
He's just doing it. Yeah.
Like Ryan Martin. I don't blame any of them because it's fucking cool as shit. I mean, have a toter and a stacker and the car and all this shit. You have to pay people to help you, and
that's insane.
But at one day they weren't at that level. Murder Nova wasn't like that. He was a fucking mechanic. I think he did HVACs or something back in the day.
Yeah.
And he had a blown fucking.
Well, Monza had like a garage door opener business or some shit. He might still does, but I don't know.
Well, it seemed like he can't. I think he lost sponsors.
Yeah, Comstock. He has a mechanic shop that's still open. He owns a shop.
Yeah.
I haven't seen his Chevelle make a pass.
No, that's CJ car. That's a
parts.
badass. It's a badass car.
It is sexy.
Probably no point if he ain't doing no racing with it.
I want to see, on Tin Soldier Race Cars, one of their podcasts. I think it was the one with Billy. I think at the very beginning they started talking about Street Outlaws, and they're like, "Man, they should have just took all that money that they were paying them and put it in like trust funds for all of them for like a while, and that way
they all had to use their own money.
Yeah, that way it would have stayed super relatable for so long. Because like the first 2-3 seasons of fucking Street Outlaws is so good.
Well, they're trying to make it relatable with the new small tire show. But I mean, fuck, Murder Nova's 55 Chevys. Normal guy can't build that. I mean, a normal guy can get one and have like the original V6 in it, but they can't put that fucking motor he has in it with the blower or now it's twin turboed or whatever. I mean, he's got fucking a shit ton of money in that car. Ryan Martin's Camaro is fucking a lot.
Gorgeous, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
They got a lot of money in those cars. I mean, Damon bought a car just for the show.
The only way I feel like they could do something where it's...
They'd have to give you a budget and you can build...
Yeah. I said this before.
Shows, not they have.
This is what they need to do. In my opinion, they need a budget, and they need to have... It's a team, like a 2-person deal, to where they have one... The driver can pick a buddy, whoever they want, and that's their dedicated person. So that way, like, it's like Ryan and he gets one other person, and then Dave and one other person. Exactly. Then him and your buddies got to build the car together. It can only be you two. It's like tuning. The only person that can touch the car is you and that other person. So that way a tuner can't walk around at all of the cars and load in all the tune-ups to each of them. Yeah. Now, if Ryan wants to pick his tuner, then that's fine, but he's got to be dedicated to them. Or maybe he's going to say, I want the fab guy, right? And I'm just saying that way it's like it's more relatable, because most people are you and a buddy, or it's you guys working together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like you and a buddy in a garage, and then you got, $30,000 to build a car or something. And that's, you got to go out and buy a car, pick something, whatever the price is, that's all up for determination. But that would be cool, to where it's like you and a buddy kind of thing. Yeah. And that's way it doesn't turn into a full team sponsor blow, because none of that shit matters at the end of the day if you're stuck to a budget. Right. And you actually got to keep receipts and throw it all up there, because you can't. Yeah. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. What's his nuts out of Memphis? JJ shit, where he's like, oh yeah, this old 350 was all fine. They pull out the fucking stock rods and pistons. This ain't fucking great. And then the next thing you know, they put an SB2 in the fucking car, or a car, and you're like, they spray the spray paint all over on the old motor, and then they show a fucking small block with some RFD cylinder heads and a fucking 4500 intake on, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. We are not that stupid. Like, those car guys are not that stupid.
Well, then seeing him on fucking, Ryan won Mega Cash Days, Ryan Martin or whatever, and JJ, which I was surprised one of JJ's guys didn't win it, because, all their cars
they're fast, yeah.
Well, they're Pro-Line fucking Hemis with a fucking, I don't know, maybe not Pro-Line, but they're all Hemis with a fucking Pro Charger.
It almost like it's like, if they did it how I was describing it, you treat it like how they quarantine cars on sick week. Like, if you walk over, like I'm the driver of my car, and I get caught looking at a laptop and helping another team, disqualified for the race. Like you will get kicked out if you're like on quarantine. That like I've seen it on like Cletus's channel and stuff like that. He's like, I cannot touch your shit. Like
I want to so bad, but I can't.
It's like, dude, you're on your own. Like I can't look at the laptop. I can't do anything. You can't even turn a fucking wrench. You can't do anything. And then people, because that would turn it all into an individual team level, and it wouldn't be like, okay, we're all team Oklahoma here, and you know. And
I think drag and drive is going to get way more popular than it already is.
It has,
yeah,
because it's not. I mean, it is competition, like, but you're going to pick a class, and you know your car is going to be somewhat competitive in that class.
It's hard no matter what. You can have all the money in the world, and that's still a super fucking.
But I mean, I'm saying you could run fucking 10 seconds and join a 10-second fucking class.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Yeah, turn your car down, be a little bit.
That could be relatable, and anybody could do it because
you know, break down. Then you just got to.
It's expensive no matter what because of
parts,
fuel, and lodge, and you know everything. But if you budget correctly, then that's your vacation for the year, and you don't do a bunch of other shit. I think an average person can definitely do it, and no matter what, and it's a community where you're winning if you finish.
Yeah,
you know, and that's where you should be. And as long as that attitude stays with it, which you start tossing money around, it's difficult, but that you keep that away from big prizes, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I also, not to keep throwing the Tin Soldier race cars thing out there, but I watched another one. I think it was on the Billy one too. They're really, really good. I actually enjoy them. I didn't see them for a long time. I watched them. They talked about how making the trophies a thing. You know, like in the bracket world or NHRA world, the Wally's everything. It's like winning a fucking Super Bowl trophy. I mean, like, you hunt that, and like he's talked about his dad for his whole life was hunting those trophies. You know, he'd spend $500, $250 buy-in, and there'd be 250 fucking cars, and you know, he may win the whole thing and walk away with $500, but he gets a Wally trophy. And he's like, you know, he's saying, I've been telling my dad, like, this math doesn't fucking add up, Dad. You know, like, but he's like, it doesn't matter because it's about the honor.
It's a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah. And saying, and I got this Wally, and it's like, we need to make that a thing again too. Is like, you know what I mean? It's like,
it's more about the racing and then the money.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of interesting. And
yeah,
but,
I agree. To me, it's not about the money.
Yeah, some people's lost their way a little bit, but it's hard to come back from.
But some people say it's not about the, you know, some like me saying it's not about the money. Oh, it's just because you're not.
Well, it also people of our day will say, you know, because it's true. It's
you can argue it any way you look at it.
Yeah.
It's just what you want to do and how you want to have fun.
Yeah.
You want to get away from work and stuff, and that's what we do.
Yeah. How much time we got left?
I don't know. It's like 9. It's like 30 minutes back home or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
we can call it.
We'll wrap it up.
Sure. We're on one, though, for sure.
Man, I know. I feel like the first half was
a little slow.
I don't know about slow and car related. That's okay, though. It's fun. Talking about all wild shit. Huh?
Yeah, YouTube and shit. Yeah.
I know. Hey, that's good. It keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
Keeps it fresh. Man, old Ben. Happy birthday, Ben.
Oh, Ben Bahami.
Yeah, I was going to say, he'd be proud of this setup over here.
This Milwaukee setup.
Yeah.
He'd probably be jealous of that Charger, actually.
They're not that much.
That's what he's getting for his birthday tonight.
No, I know what he's getting for his birthday, and it ain't that.
Man. Another child.
For real, though.
Yeah. Facts. Oh, man. Happy birthday, Ben, if you're watching. He's probably
happy
not.
Birthday.
He's probably faking not watching our videos anymore.
Yeah, probably not. He's like, he just watched the one that he was on.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the one I care about.
didn't even share it. Bastard. Fucking dick. He did make the Kirkleys video, which, yep. It's Brett's buddy with the bike.
All night.
Check out that hog, people, while we're at it. Look at that, man.
That's my baby right there.
Yeah. Spit shine.
He's an Indian boy. Half Cherokee, Choctaw. I was singing that earlier.
I need to ride it more.
Old Tim McGraw.
He's a come on the hoe.
I think it's every bike, guys. When winter comes around, they're like, shouldn't have got a bike payment.
Good, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Nah,
Worth it.
It is. I love that bike.
Got the unit back here. Well, we'll wrap this bitch up. If you ain't scrapping.
You ain't vibing.